Well, if you can't tell, we got a lot to do today, and it's finally time to get in the garden and do some transplanting. So we're going to do a whole lot. I'll put chapters down below, so if you got bits and pieces you want to catch, it'll be there. Let's get after it. So step one, the tiller's broken. So we're trying a new method to see how this is going to do to plant 1,500 onions and leeks. Oh, poop delivery services. Poop delivery. Deliver the poop. I'm just kidding, it's compost. We had to order it in because we were out. That'll work. Should have probably grabbed a hammer while I was up there. But that's okay, because I know things. I feel like that looks goofy. It's probably going to be super loud. Alright, so first order of business, we've got Ruby Perfection. We ended up having to buy these because, well, poor germination on our cabbage, and they look quite sad. So, when you've got holes that you need to fill in, hit up the nursery because they're cheaper. So let's see, what's Ruby Perfection? Matures in 85 days, about a 4-pound fruit. Beautiful purple red globe shape, weighing up to 4 pounds. 85 days, prefers fertile, well-drained soil. So we'll probably space these out. 4 pounds seems massive. That's all right, we'll space them about a foot apart since I ain't never ran these before. So since the tillard's down, we're gonna go with a no-till idea. And this should give us about 2 inches of coverage with the 2x4s. I hope. Well, that was way too much. I don't care. No, Fifi. No. Come on. You guys. I don't care if you play in the poop. I don't care. It's not in the poop I just put down. There we go. That is looking fantastic. All right. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Don't make a problem, we won't have a problem. Turd.
Did you just want me to go down and then you can start planting?
Yeah, here in just a second. Or hell, you could plant them here in just a second. No more flip-flops. All right, so we're going to space these about 12 inches because I don't really need a 4-pound head. And my lovely shoe is going to tell me exactly what depth that is. Or how far that is. Come on. Tease that little sucker out. Oh, this one needed some water, and that's okay. We're just going to dig down until we find about the clay. Put the compost back around it. And the purple cabbage is done. Then we'll water it in with some fish fertilizer and call it good. All right, so we got row 7, which will be the Ruby Perfection cabbage. Oh, early round Dutch cabbage, Georgia collards, Dwarf Siberian kale, parsley seeds. These are actually the ones we soaked versus dry. They seem to be doing a lot better than the other parsley. Then row 8, we've got the Swiss chard. That is the unsoaked parsley. Only 2 survivors out of those. So marker 3 is not mustard, tender greens. So marker 3 will be onions. This is one of those fine examples where I always say, hey, make sure you label these because, well, I didn't. So I have no idea what those actually are. So, and completely forgotten the time frame it took them to grow to that point. So here we are. So the basic plan here was use the 2x4s, put down 2 inches of compost, and then plant into it because the ground is obviously too wet to till. And we're wanting to try more of the no-till method as we go. Plus, honestly, it just looks nicer. I think I like that a lot better. I don't know. We'll see as the season goes. Up next is a bunch of potatoes. Let's do this thing. Alright, so this is the way we found that is the most effective, insane way to grow potatoes ever. Of course it freaking did. Why wouldn't it? See, I don't like these ones. These mics suck. And my air thing fell off. Hopefully that's not obnoxiously loud. Alright. Let's try that again. So, essentially, what we found last year, which we have a russet we got from Rural King, because that's where we grab almost everything from. We've got a red potato that we forgot to write down the name of, so we're just going to say red potato until I figure it out. And then we've got the Idaho Gold. So long story short, what we found out last year is, man, these are freaking huge though. They're so big. I left my knife at the house too. Let's use a little potato for the demonstration. So how many pounds is this?
I don't even know.
Oh, you don't know?
We don't have a scale back there.
You don't have the scale back there anymore?
No,
Oh,
we
it
don't
was
have a
sitting
scale
back there
back
on the
there.
thing. Anyway, it was sitting back there the other day. So these are about the size of an egg is what you want to go for. Now, normally you would cut these and then let them dry, scab over the next day or over a couple of days. But what we found last year is if you just take this potato, go down to the clay level, put it in the ground, or hold on. I forgot because I specifically bought stuff for these guys in particular. So we almost got them. Anyway, what we found out last year was essentially that if you just take the potato, dig down to the clay, and cover it with the compost and whatnot, that it would almost double to 5x your potato harvest. So what we're going to do this year, and then we essentially did the Ruth style. We just put a whole bunch of grassy straw dirt over it, and it seemed to work out great. So this year we're adding some Happy Frog 493 with active soil microbes crafted for organic gardening. And the 9 should help us get extra potatoes because potatoes are heavy feeders. So we're going to plant them directly into the compost, but we're also going to give them a little boosty boost. Ooh, nice. That's disgusting. Take that out of there. Remove our potato, a little handful in the hole. So, potato, cover, goodbye. And as that starts coming up, we'll go ahead and compost or cover it with straw or leaves, grass, whatever to keep it covered, and it'll just keep rooting out throughout all that grass, and it's awesome. And we're going to do just like any other vegetable we've done today, 12-inch spacing, and should be perfect. All right, and after all that fun in the sun, we're going to take the Alaska Fish Fertilizer 511. We're going to mix 2 teaspoons. I looked this up. And we're going to take 2 tablespoons per 2 gallons of water. My new freaking setup for this thing. See how that's going to work. Oh boy, that was disgusting. I normally make my own of this, but something got into it. So we have to do a new setup for that as well. Wasn't ready. This freaking well water is cold. Ooh. Huh? All right, let's go find our salty cabbage. Nope. Not this time. Lucky for you. I'm just going to water the compost. Update time. The purple cabbage. 1 survived. 2 survived. But it looks like the rabbit are over here. That's the other cabbage. I need to walk around on this side. Collard greens. Strangely enough, the rabbits bypassed it to get to the cabbage. Kale coming in hot. Parsley. Our potatoes. That one actually looks like someone tried to dig it. More potatoes. I could just keep saying more potatoes. Those onions are coming in strong, so hopefully the ones I'm working on today will do the same. The Swiss chard, apparently rabbits like it a lot. They don't like the red one, but the yellow and the green, no, they're all about it. And then more potatoes. And even after all the rain, that compost row is still holding good. Hopefully we'll be doing that with more of the garden. We just tilled her again today to get the onions in and some herbs before this storm hits, and then we can't get out here again. Hey, the mockingbird's out there. That's kind of cool. I know. Hey, a mockingbird? Yes, it is. He gone.